When the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of and the way you look time. Buonasera! Buonasera! Ciao! Buonasera!
Hey! Tuca!
Buonasera! Oh!
Sebastian!
Someday, when you're up below, oh, and you're feeling cold, I'll be there.
There's a good food love.
Someday, when
Music be the food of love. Play on. Give me excess of it, that sufficing the appetite may sicken and so die. That's straight again. Just had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet south that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing enough. No more. It is not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, naught enters there of what pitch and validity soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes and fancy that it is alone high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart?
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant I was turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, the air since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
They would not let me in, my lord, but from Olivia's maid I did hear this answer, that you would not see her face for 7 years, for she will wear a veil and as a nun. And she will water her room once a day with tears, and all this for the love of a dead brother, whom she would keep alive forever.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to owe this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live within her? When liver, brain, heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled with sweet perfections for one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother? He is in Elysium. Perchance he has not drowned. What think you, sailor?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself. After our ship did split, and you and those poor numbers safely hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching and practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Arion on the dolphin's back I saw him, hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I can see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape and fall into my hope whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born on 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature, as in name,
What is his name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now. Or was so very late, for but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia,
What's she?
a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, shortly also died. And for his dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company in sight of men.
Oh, that I served this lady and might not be delivered to the world till I'd made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she would admit no camera suit, no, not the duke's.
There's a fair behaviour in thee, Captain. And though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I do believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am and be my aid, for such disguise shall happily become the fall of my intent. While I'll serve this duke, thou shalt present me as a serving boy to him. It will be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will make me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his serving boy, and your mute I'll be. Should my tongue blab, then may mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
The death of a brother, so I'm sure care's an enemy to life.
By my trust, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your allowers.
Let her accept.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And if they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight she brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any in the rear.
What's that to the purpose?
Aye, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all those ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Why that you say so of him? He plays the vale to gun, boys. He speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and of all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed. Almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller. And but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the dust he hath in quarrelling. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
They are scoundrels and substractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that had moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
Me drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as the passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a cloistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn on his toes like a parish clock. Castiliano Vulgo, here comes Andrew Agueface.
Sir Torbybell, how now, Sir Torbybell?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, first room.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost.
O knight, thou mistakes. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company.
Fare thee well, gentlemen.
Is that the meaning of the cross? Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, I pray you, thought is free. Bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Oh,
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
And I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what is your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
And are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Marry, now I let go your hand, I am barren.
oh, night, thou lack'st a cup of canary. When did I ever see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I'm a great eater of beef, and I feel it does harm to my wit.
No question.
I'll ride home tomorrow, sir, Toby.
Oh, pourquoi, my dear knight?
Pourquoi? What does that do or not do? I would I bestowed the times I am in tongues in fencing, dancing, and bird racing. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then wouldst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why, was that as mend as my head?
Past question, for thou sees it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I like to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, there's 4 to 1 she's not of me. The Count here himself hard by me, sir.
Oh, she'll have none of the count. I've heard her swear it. There's life in it yet, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I'm the strangest fellow with the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaw's night?
As any man in Illyria, whatever he be.
Oh,
But
what is,
I will not compare to an old man.
what is thy excellence in a galliard?
Faith, I can cut a caper,
And I can cut the button to it.
and I think I've got the battery as simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hidden? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain in front of them? Why does that not? Go to church in a galliard, come home in a coranto. My very walk would be a jig. I would not so much as make water without a syncopace. What does thou mean? Is it a world to hide such virtues in? I did think, by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong and does indifferent well. Shall we set about some revels?
What else shall we do? Come, sir, let me see thee caper. Come on, higher, higher. Excellent, excellent. Happy, happy, happy.
Continues these favours towards you, Cesario. You will be much advanced. You have only known him for 3 days.
You either fear his humour or my negligence that you call into question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favours?
I believe not.
I thank thee. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario? Ho!
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you well enough. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I am clasped to thee in the book of even my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Stand at her doors, be not denied access, and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure. My noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous to leap all civil bounds rather than make the profited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord, what then?
Oh, but unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It will become thee well to act my woes. She will address it better in thy youth than in an nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet beguile thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than rubies. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblance a woman's part. I know thy consolation is right out for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. It's a awful strife, where I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in with thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Oh, let her hang me. He that is well hanged shall have naught to fear.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let someone bear it out.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuses wisely, you are best.
Witted be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools. And I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what say Quinaculus? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady!
Take the fool away.
Oh, do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Oh, this prison in the highest degree, lady. Calculus non facit monachum. That's as much to say I will not mock thee in the brain. Oh, good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take the fool away.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
Oh, God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing of your folly.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look ye now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he's gagged. I protest, I find these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools no better than the fools zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail.
Madam, is it the beauty young gentleman much desires to speak with you?
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. It is a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madmen. I know him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick, or not at home, what you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Oh, thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool. For here comes one of thy kin who has the most weak sir.
Find mine honour half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
Gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman. Curse on these pickled herring. How now, stop!
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery! There's one at the gate.
Aye, married. What is he?
Let him be the devil and he will. I care not.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him the fool, the second bads him, the third drowns him.
Go down and see the drowner. Let him sit in on my cause, for he's in the third degree of drink. Drowned. Go look after him.
Oh, here's but mad yet, Madonna. Oh, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and says he will stand at your door like a sheriff post to be the supporter to avenge, but he will speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you whether you are no.
Of what years and personage is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is when 'tis almost a pease cod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favoured, and he speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call him my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman! My lady calls.
My veil will approach on my face. Will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honourable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn, and very comfortable even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good madam, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise and show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I will forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned, I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. Do not be mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of mood with me which makes one so in skipping a dialogue.
Will you house sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am to hull here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hands. My word is full of peace and matter.
Yet you began rudely. What would you? What are you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said upon it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom, in one chapter of his bosom.
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such as I one was this present. 'Tis not well done.
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet cunning laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will send out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle labelled and utensil to my will. As item, 2 lips in different red. Item, 2 grey eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, one chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Such love could be but recompense though you were crowned the no peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adoration's fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free learned and valiant, a gracious person. But I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I loved you in my master's flame with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would not see sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberant hills, and let the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! And you should not rest between the elements of air and earth. You should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord, and cannot love him, let him send no more, unless perchance you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank thee for thy pains, spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady, keep your promise. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart so clear that you can love, and let your fervour, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
Bit do to give thee fivefold blazon. Not so fast, soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now, even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel these youth perfections, with an invisible and subtle stealth creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same previous messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, or hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth were to come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I do, I know not what, and fear to find. Mine I'm too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you not stay a day longer? Will you not that I not go with you? By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. I must therefore crave of you your leave so that I may bear my evils alone. It would be a bad recompense of your love to lay any of them upon you.
Will you at least let me know whether you are bound?
No sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. Though I do perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty, that you would not extort from me that which I am willing to keep in. It therefore charged me within my manners rather to express myself. You must know of me then. Antonio, my name is Sebastian, of which I called Rodrigo. My father was Sebastian of Messali, who I know you have heard of. He left behind him both myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been so pleased, would we have ended. But you, sir, altered now. For some hour before you dragged me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
The lady said, though it was much said that she resembled me, was of many accounted beautiful. Though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that. Yet thus I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned now, sir, salt water, and I seem to drown her remembrance with more.
Pardon me, sir, for my bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you would not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo that which you have already done, that is, kill him who you have already recovered, then desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, yet I am so near the manners of my mother, that upon least occasion more mine eyes do tell tales upon me. I am bound to the court of Count Orsino. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, and so I would very shortly see thee there. Come what may, I do adore thee so! The danger will seem sport, but I will go.
Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have arrived since but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She left the ring of me and none of him.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and it is her will that it shall be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid, my outsides have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure. The cunning of her passion invites me to this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she had better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their form? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made, such we be. How will this badge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, alas the day what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe. O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It's too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew, approach. Not to be abed after midnight is to be abed betimes, and dulce seguero, thou knowest.
There by my troth, I know not, but to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the 4 elements?
Hey, so they say, but I think it consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marianne, I say, a stoop of wine.
Here comes the fool, I think.
How now, my hearts, do we never see a picture of we three?
Welcome us. Now, let's have a catch.
By my 40 shillings or such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool sings. Thou wast very gracious in fooling last night when thou spokest of Picrogrametus, of the equinoctial, the Vapians passing the equinoctial of Cubus. I sent a sixpence to thy leman, hast it?
I did, and petticoat side utility, but Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent, that's best fooling all around. Now, a song.
Here's a sixpence from me.
Would you a love song of good life?
A love song, a love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low. Trip the further, pretty sweeting, journeys ending, lovers meeting. Every wise that son doth know.
Excellent, good eye, faith.
Good, good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth, have present laughter. Present mirth, have present laughter. Once to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come and kiss me, sweet and 20. Youths of stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice as I have true night.
A very contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, I think.
To hear by the nose is dulcet in contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl with a catch that will draw 3 souls from one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I'm dog with a cat. Come, fool, it begins. Hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Come, begin.
Hold thy peace, I prithee hold thy peace. Loudly, loudly, I prithee hold thy peace. Hold thy peace, I prithee hold thy peace. Loudly, loudly.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady had not called up his steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
3 merry men and 3 merry men and 3 merry men are we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady, lady.
Truly, the knight's an admirable fooling.
And he does well when he's been disposed, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December,
Honest, you man, or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers in this time of night? Do ye make an ale house of my lady's house, that ye squeak out your cosiest catches, without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect for places, persons, or time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snecker!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbours you as her kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanours, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it pleases you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Well, well, dear heart, for I must
Nay,
needs
good
be
Sir
gone.
Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
It's even so.
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh no, 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 you dare not.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there'll be no more cakes and ale?
Yes,
thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain in crumbs. A stoop of wine, Marianne.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady favourite anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake hands!
Where is good a deed is to drink when a man's so hungry to challenge him in the field and then breaks his promise and makes a fool of him?
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or deliver thy indignation by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count's was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not goad him into a naylord and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possessors, tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that I would beat him like a dog.
For being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I've got reason good enough.
A time pleaser, an affectionate ass that can state without book and utters it by great sways, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed, as he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him, and only advising him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love. I can write very like my lady or niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
He shall think, by the letters that thou drops, they come from my niece, and that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that colour.
And your horse now will make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I will plant you two, and let Fabio make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Come, knight, we must go to bed.
If I can,
Thou hast needs to send for more money, knight.
if I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Send for more money, knight. If thou hast not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, you will trust me. Take it how you will.
I must drink some more wine. 'Tis too late to go to bed. Come, night! Come, night! Come!
Now, good Cesario, what that piece of song, that old and antic song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passions much, more than light airs and recollected tunes of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He's not here, so please your lordship. Doth sing it.
Who was it?
Festus the jester. A fool that my lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Seek him out and lay to you the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, think of me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unscathed and skittish in all motions else, save the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives the very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upont, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little. By your favour.
What kind of woman is?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee then. What years, if any?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! Let still the lady take an elder than herself, so sways she to him. So stays she level in her husband's heart, for, boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more unfirm and skittish, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
You think it well, my lord?
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bet. For women are as roses, whose fair flower once being displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, and yet that they are so to die, even when love to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, put that piece of song. Mark it, Cesario. It is old and plain. The knitters and the spinsters and the free maids who used to weave their bows did used to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
I prithee sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white stock go with you, oh prepare it, my part of death no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strown. Not a friend greet my poor corpse, for my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to say, lay me home, where sad true love never find my grave. To weep there.
There's my pains.
Oh, no pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Oh, truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now, the melancholy God protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere. For that's it, that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, yet thee to yon same sovereign cruelty, tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not the quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that queen of gems that nature pranks, it attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a greater pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Will she not then be so answered?
There is no woman's sides that can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but the palate that suffers a fit employment and revolt. But mine is as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman may owe me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, love a man, as it might be, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm in the bud feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with the green and yellow melancholy she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the fee. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Tell her my love can give no place, bide no deny.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I miss one scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death in melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to see the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
Why, I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favour with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again. And we'll fool in black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is a pity on our lives.
Oh, here comes the little villain. How now, my nettle of India?
Get to your three hid. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practising behaviour to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Klaus, in the name of jesting, lie thou there, for here comes a trout that must be caught with tickling.
Ha!
Tis but fortune, honest fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me. And I heard someone look here that should she fancy, it should be one of mine affection. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think of it?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slight, I can so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
A rogue!
Pistol him, pistol him.
Peace, peace.
There is example for it. The lady of the stranger married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel.
Oh, he's deeply in. Look how his imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Peace, peace.
And then to have the humour of state, and after a demure travail of regard, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bonds and shackles!
Peace, peace. Now. Now.
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, or perchance wind up my watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Peace. Though may our sires be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control,
And does not Toby take thee a blow of the lips then?
saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your knees, give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Patience while we break the sinews of our plots.
Besides, you waste a treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
'Twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin?
Peace, and let the spirit of humours intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes are their phrases. By your leave, wax soft, and the pressure her increase with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady.
This wins it, liver and all.
To whom should this be? Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know, no man must know. What follows, no man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio. I may command where I adore, but silence like a repriest knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth go. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
The fustian wriggle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Name first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she served him?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her, she is my lady. When this is evident to any formal capacity, there's no obstruction to this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, aye, make up that. He's now at a cold scent.
Ha! But the hound shall cry on it for all that, though he be as rank as a fox.
Malvolio! Why, that begins my name.
Did I not say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
Well, then there is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O should end it, I hope.
Or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh!
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and if you had an eye behind, you would see more distraction at your heels than fortune before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush it a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters is in my name. Softly. Oh, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. The opposite with the kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee, that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud, I will be Little Northers, I will baffle Sir Toby, I will wash off close acquaintance, I will be point device the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this. But my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this, she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction, drives me towards these habits of her liking. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Oh, Jove, my star. Oh, here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become me well. Therefore, in my presence, still smile, dear, my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part in this sport for a pension of thousands paid by the Sophie.
I could marry the wench for this device,
And so could I too.
and ask no other dowry but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
And here is the noble goal catcher.
Wilt thou lay thy foot upon my neck?
Nor mine, nor I either.
Shall I play my freedom a traitor and become thy bond slave?
I faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon him?
Like aqua vita with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a colour she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which is now so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into an unfortunate temp. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, my most excellent devil of wit. Hey, 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 hey.
And I'll make one too.
Leave thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
And you, sir?
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. And indeed, not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere.
Nay, and thou press upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold. There's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send me a bid.
By my troth, I'll tell you, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I will play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring this Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging was a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will constant then whence you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit.
God save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
There you got in, sir.
Ever was he not for a serviture?
I hope so, sir, and I am yours.
My niece is desirous that you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is on the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir, put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odours on you.
That gives a rare courtier, rain as well.
My message hath no voice except to your own, most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafe, I'll get them all, 3 already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty and most humble service, madam.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lonely feigning what is called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
From his thoughts, well, they were blanched rather than filled with me.
Madam, I have come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Well, by your leave, I pray, for I bade you never speak again of him. But would you rather undertake another suit? I had rather hear you solicit that than music from the spheres.
Sweet lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after your last enchantment here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you? Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning of which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honour at the stake, and baited it with all thy muzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think to one of your receiving? Enough is shown. See, press not a bosom hides my heart, so let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not agrees, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Oh, world, how poor thou art, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. But when wit and youth comes to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You're nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then you think right. I'm not what I am.
And would you were as I would have you be?
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I think it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. Murderous guilt shows not itself too soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is moon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honour, truth, and everything, I love thee, so that maugre all thy pride, no wit, no reason can my passion hide. Do not extort my reasons from this clause, for that I woo, though therefore has no clause, but rather reason thus with reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By my innocence I swear, and by my youth I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. So adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Here come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now walks like his love.
Give thy reason.
Thou must need yield thy reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, your niece has given the camp-serving man more favours than he's ever bestowed upon me. I saw it in orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy?
As
Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
Then that is great argument of love in her towards you.
Slight, will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, by oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favour to the youth in your sight, to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valour, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should have accosted her, and with excellent jest you fired from the mint, banged the youth into dumbness. This was called for at your hand, and it was bogs. The twin guilt of opportunity you let time wash off, and so you sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you hang like an icicle off a Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem yourself by some laudable attempt at valour or policy.
That be any way, but it must be with valour, for policy I hate.
Why then? Filled be thy fortunes upon the basis of valour. Go challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it. And assure thyself, there is no love broker in all the world can more prevail in man's commendation than women than report of valour.
There's no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go write it in a martial hand, be cursed and brief. Taunt him with the license of ink about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll see the ethical show. Go!
He's a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
He has been dear to me, lad. Some 2,000 strong or more.
And you'll get a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never doubt me then, and by all means stir on the youth to answer. I think Oxon and Wainwright cannot hail them together. And as for Andrew, if you were opened and you found so much blood in his liver to clot the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And he's opposite the youth, shows in his visage no presage of cruelty.
Look where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will lap yourselves into stitches, follow me. Young Malvolio has turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that needs to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings!
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in a new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You haven't seen such a thing as 'tis. I know when my lady will strike him. If she does, he'll smile and take it as a great favour.
Come, bring us where he is. Come, bring us where he is. Come on.